All right, thank you, and welcome to the first module of this car tracker training. Okay, now, so I just want to go straight to the point, and I feel the best way to start is by letting us know the various tools we need in order to carry out a successful car tracker installation. Okay, so basically here are the main tools needed. Okay, now I'm going to mention the names of these tools, because these are the tools you must get. You cannot carry out a successful tracker installation if you do not have, these tools that are here. Okay, so please pay close attention as I mention the names of these tools. Okay, here the first one here is a cutter. Okay, some people may prefer to actually get a plier. Okay, so I advise you either get a cutter or a plier. Okay, of course, in the course of the installation, as we're going to see in the practical installation in the subsequent module, you get a point where you need to cut a cable. Okay, so that is one of the reasons for which you actually need a cutter. Okay, so you need a cutter or a plier. Very, very, very important. Okay, that's number one. Then the number two item here you need is a sellotape. This is also very, very key. You cannot also carry out a very good installation without a sellotape. So please make sure you buy enough of it. Okay, if you can just buy, let's say, 1 dozen, maybe of 12 pieces or 6 pieces. Okay, but each time you are going for installation, make sure you have at least 2 sellotape with you. Very, very important, because you are going to be peeling some cables, and it's important that any cable you peel, you tape it very well to avoid any kind of issue with your installation. Okay, now the second item here is a spanner. This is a 10 spanner. You can see it's a 10 spanner. It's important you also get a 10 spanner. It's a very, very important part of your installation, so make sure you get a 10 spanner. Okay, now here we also have a 14 spanner, which is also very important. Make sure you get a 14 spanner. Very, very important. You actually need it in the course of your installation. Okay, now the other item is a jackknife. Some people may prefer to use a razor blade, but me, I like a jackknife. It helps me to peel my cables. So if you can, get a jackknife for yourself. Okay, when we are going to do the practical installation, you also see the need for this jackknife. Okay, now the other item is a screwdriver. Okay, this is a screwdriver. You can see it here. Now the reason I prefer this particular screwdriver is because it has different shapes of the part that you actually need to use. Okay, this one you can detach it. As a matter of fact, if this one does not suit what you want to do, you can detach it. Okay, and you now look through the other ones that are here. Okay, if this is the one you want, you can just put this one here and bring this one out and put it here. So that is the main reason this one is my favorite. It has many mouths, so to speak. You understand? So you can use any of the mouths. Any of these mouths here must be able to suit what you want. Okay, so if you ask me, I will advise you get this type of screwdriver. Very, very important. Okay, all right, so the last item on our list, not the least, actually the last but not the least that I'm going to talk about, that you need a tester. You need a tester. As a matter of fact, you cannot do anything without this. This is very, very important. Okay, now what is this tester all about, and how do you get it? This tester is nothing but the bulb of a car. Now you know that every car uses a battery, and every battery, especially batteries of normal cars, okay, is actually 12 volts. Okay, so this is a 12-volt bulb, and that is why it can be used in a car. Do you understand? If you go to any place where they sell car parts, just tell them to give you a 12-volt bulb or the bulb of a car. You understand? It can even be the bulb of a bike. You understand? But let it be a bulb that is either used in a car, in a bike, or keke napep, anything. Just tell them to give you bulb with the lamp holder like this. They know what to give you. Just tell them they will give you something like this. You understand? Now, basically, it comes with some comes with 3 cables, some comes with 2. You understand? But what you'll be needing is just assuming the one you bought actually comes with 3 cables, just like this one. What you'll be needing is just 2 cables. You understand? So what you will do is that in one of the cables, I actually did this construction myself. In one of the cables, I got a razor blade, and I peeled one end of the cable, and I attached it to the razor blade. I peeled the cable, and for me to get the naked part of it, that's the copper. As you can see, this is the copper here. So I have this copper. It was this copper that I attached to one of the holes on the razor blade. So having attached it very well, and I use sellotape to sellotape it round. Do you understand? And this is what I did with one of the cables. Remember, I told you just need 2 of the cables. Now, this one on which I attach this razor blade is going to serve as my positive. Whereas this one that I'm not going to attach anything, I will just peel it to have the copper here dangling, just the way this one is. And this one will serve as my negative. Now, the reason for this particular item, which I call the tester, is that this is what we are going to use to test our cables. And we're going to see the need for this when we'll be doing the practical installation itself. Okay? So this is very, very important. You need to go through my explanation so far, especially concerning how to get this particular test and how to construct it. You may need to go through it over and over again so that you understand how to do this. It's not difficult, really. If you listen to what I've explained so far, you'll be able to understand how to get this particular tester. It is very, very important. So please make sure you get it. All right? Okay. So thank you very much. The next thing we're going to be talking about is we're going to be looking at the devices themselves, the trackers themselves, and I'm going to tell you how the trackers work and how to connect the cables before you go for installation. Thank you so much, and see you in the next slide.